I'm gonna be brutally honest with you all. I've never cared more about myself, my own feelings, my own thoughts, my own wants, and my own needs until after that was all I had. When I went through the dark space in my life that I went through, I was literally for everybody
Mm-hmm.
but me. I was team friends, I was team boyfriend, I was team family, I was team work, I was team mommy, I was team everybody but Bria. So what happened to me was I was so emotionally disconnected with what I needed and what I wanted. I built up a barrier, excuse me, that hindered me from growth. It's almost like I'm saying, oh my God, I'm being stuck in this box. I'm shrinking, I'm shrinking, I'm shrinking, but I'm not doing anything to cater to what I needed, to cater to what I wanted. And so what that got me to was suicide.
In there.
That pushed me to death. That pushed me to no longer wanting life because this, what I'm feeling, it
Yeah.
can't be life. So before you emotionally allow yourself to lose yourself, understand that in order for me to work with you, in order for me to help you, in order for me to, I got to work on me too. And a person who is ready to work on themselves, who is dedicated to working on themselves, and who is dedicated to you will understand that, will respect that, will see that. And even if they don't get it right off, they'll learn to accept it and learn to understand it. And what I did was, and I pray against that for anybody because nobody deserves to be as low as I was. But I take full accountability and responsibility for where I was because I didn't want to acknowledge what I needed, what I wanted, and what I
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
deserved. And so there is nobody to be at fault right now with that situation but me because those were things I knew I needed to do. Self care, self love. It was important, but I was so wrapped up in everybody else and making everybody else feel good and making everybody else feel special and important and needed. I forgot myself. And too many men and women both are in that place.
Nobody knows where to find it though. Like nobody knows where to find self. And this is what I'm gonna say to bring it
Mm,
back to what you got this header as up here, right? The parental, right? If you want to evaluate who you are, like who you are at your core, evaluate the conversations that you have with your parental figures. Like
right.
evaluate strong women, evaluate your relationship with strong mama and see if there's any room for the strong man that you need. Because if it's not, then you may have to soften up some places, right? Uh, uh, fucking hard-working ass men who can't help but want to, I got to provide for my family. Evaluate the kind of woman that you, I mean, the kind of relationship that you got with women. Because the woman that you end up with might not need a hustler. She might just need a pillow. She might just need a teddy bear. You just got to know what the fuck you're cooking with, right? You got to evaluate it. Oh snaps!
About it. Talk about it.
Yeah,
Talk about it. Talk about
it's easy as hell to identify when you can go back to see who you were before you start wearing the problems that the world give you, right? Who you were before you got all the scars in the world, right? And that's who you were when you were with your mama. That's who you still are. That's the forever relationship, right? The child is never grows up to the parent, and that's good because I can always go back here to remember who I am. You know what I'm saying? Up under my trauma, up under my frustration, up under my I don't know how to do this, up under the I'll never be enough, up under hey mama, what's up? You know what I'm saying? And if you and mama get into it, evaluate their argument. What is the fight for? Because y'all gonna love forever and you know that. But you have a fight right now and it's a fight for something. Evaluate what that's for because it's gonna show up again in how you love your partners. How you love anybody. It's gonna show up in the way that you give love. And if you give love selflessly, like my mama taught me compassion, like selfless ass, boundless ass love. She taught me that shit. She taught me good, and that shit got me crushed to a million pieces.
it. Talk about it. Ooh.
That shit led me all my life. I'm talking about I've always been a go-getter, you know what I'm saying? The gift of gab, I can talk, you know what I'm saying? And I was loving, I was always compassionate. I can cry with TV, I can cry with movies. And that shit shattered me at 27, 26. That shit shattered me, right? And that's when I recognized that there has to be a balance, right? I was always more close to my mom and I was upset with my dad because we wasn't close. But whole time is I can't just grow up just like my mama, right? Because that kind of boundless love can get hurt if it's not protected. So I gotta kick in some of my daddy, right, to protect that energy, right? And that's what everybody, every person alive.
Give me a fan. Whew.
That's what
Boy,
happened. And it was like I didn't realize like I would always say, let me tell you how it translated. This is how it really translated. From when I was like younger, from like when I was growing up trying to be the man, you know what I'm saying? I was always just like my mama. That shit used to piss me off. It used to make me so mad because don't nobody want to be homies with a nigga who just like his mama. That nigga's a bitch. I want to be his friend. That was always my experience, right? Right? Nobody really wanted to be my friend, but then I found the finesse, right? I found the finesse. I was like, no matter what, people need somewhere to take feelings. So I'ma just be love, right? And then I kept friends like that. But then as I grew up, I realized I didn't really have friends. I just had a lot of people who was attached to me as the place to come and get their nurturing, right? And I wasn't getting any of it fucking back because I was being a free fucking water fountain, right? And then I learned, here's why I'm doing that. I'm only showing up as the nurturing energy because I feel like that's the only way that I'll be enough. That's the only way that I'll be worthy. That's the only way that I'll be even wanted to be around. But it's like you have to step the fuck back and recognize that you are enough every time these power on. Every time these bitches come on, you more than enough. You're so much more than enough. You're abundant. You're present in your right now moment, and you are your responsibility. You're supposed to love boundlessly, right? But then you're supposed to love boundlessly with people who are offering you back that reciprocity. For everybody else, there needs to be boundaries. There needs to be maintenance around the kind of nurture. Everybody don't get pillow talk. Everybody doesn't get come here, let me pet you on your head. Every time they need a pet on the head. Hell no. Sometimes you gotta be like, well, I'm sorry, that sucks. Yeah, it's gonna make you feel like a bad person for a little while, but hey, you're learning boundaries. That's just one side of you that's been active so long, and now it don't like it having to check itself, but it does, right? You have to protect yourself because you'll use that damn superpower and you be woe out, and you walk around and you build resentment, and in every one of your now relationships, you looking for people. Why ain't you loving me? Why ain't you loving me? Why ain't you loving me? Whole time it's because they are loving you. They're just loving you where they are, and you want them to give you you because you won't actually give it to yourself, right? So stop.
you talking to me? Why you
On your live, man.
on live? You just said it and read me my oh my
No, I'm
oh
talking
damn
about me
live.
though, on Jesus Christ. I learned love that same way. I learned it that same way, and that's why there has to be, I had to go back and evaluate my relationship with my father. No, we're not close, but I also understand that my father grew up in a matrix where men were taught that same way. So now I'm my father's gift. I'm God's gift to my father to show him what it is to be a balanced man, right? What it is to be the man that my mama deserved, right? And I'm showing my mama what it is to be a man who can love you fully and not hurt you, who can love you and not make you feel like you broken for wanting to be loved back. That's me. I'm the fruit of those trees, and that's what I tell them. Come on, man. Everybody just gotta get the word. Just gotta get the word.
Wow, man.
It's hard work. It's not hard work. And here's the thing: is everybody think that it's something that takes time. Like I'm growing. I'm almost there. I'm on my way. I celebrate your progress, but we can't do nothing with that, right? We have right now. And so your best is decided in every now moment, every choice you make, right? You could just last night be a fucking turtle and you meet somebody and you have the opportunity to be vulnerable and you take it. You are changed now. You ain't growing. You have active choice in your present, in the breath that God gives you to be the best version of yourself. And the best version is the one that don't have anything to hide from nobody because it understands that everybody got shadows, right? It's the best version is the one that can love without worrying about being depleted because they know that to give love is to receive love in abundance 10 times over, right? Come on with all this, man.
You already know. You already know how to go. Come on now. Now, now ready because
Wow.
I ain't expect you to get on live.
Gosh.
I'm sitting like the folks on the live, baby. I ain't even on camera. But stop looking at me, because I'm listening to you.
Stop playing. Real talk. That's the human condition,
No,
though. That is the human condition. Is everybody needs to understand that you can't skate by off, I'm growing, I'm trying, right? Because if you have to say that, that means that in your now moment, you have not